Welcome back to the channel. So I had to bring you this story that came into me overnight, anonymized of course, because it's actually quite disconcerting about what was said to have happened, and so I wanted to make this video so you all know about it, so that this doesn't happen to you or to anyone that you know. Essentially what happened was this: a critically ill and vulnerable young adult went to court with the intention of pleading not guilty to a TV license offence, because he didn't watch or record live TV or use BBC iPlayer, and therefore it follows there could be no argument that he had installed any TV equipment for the purposes of watching or recording live TV or using BBC iPlayer, because those are broadly the offences set out if you don't have a TV licence. So to be clear, this young vulnerable adult did not watch live TV, did not record live TV or use BBC iPlayer. However, when he got to court, he was told that he had to have a TV licence, regardless of whether he didn't watch any TV or have an aerial, and that because they had a statement from the man that knocked at the door that said that they could physically see the TV in the house, which I'm told is impossible because you cannot see their TV from the door, you'd have to be physically inside the house. They essentially pushed him into believing that he was guilty of this offence, regardless of whether he actually watched or recorded live TV or not. So this scared him, and being a young adult who was critically ill at the time, I'm not surprised. So he changed his mind and decided to plead guilty because he was so afraid of what would happen if he stuck with a not guilty plea. And accordingly, he was fined £50. Now, whilst this is a non-recordable offence, which means it's not going to go on a permanent criminal record, it's going to disappear, he has been told now that they are going to come back to check that he's purchased a TV licence, because he must have one. Regardless, that I'm told he doesn't watch any live TV at all. And further, he's been told that if the TV is capable of receiving a TV signal, then he requires a licence. And this is a fundamental misunderstanding of the law, because that is not what the law says. There is a slight twist in the law that has caused this confusion over many, many years, and I'm going to explain this now so that everybody understands it, so that you don't fall for this trap and you don't get pushed into pleading guilty for something that you didn't do. The law on TV licence is absolutely clear, and it makes two offences. One is installing TV equipment for the purposes of watching or recording live TV or using BBC iPlayer, and the second is watching or recording live TV or using BBC iPlayer. And if you don't do either of those, you do not need a TV licence. The TV licensing website itself says you do not need a TV licence just because you have a TV in your house. Quoting directly from the TV licensing website itself, it says, "You don't need a TV license to own or possess a television set. However, if you use it to watch or record programs as they are being shown on TV or live on an online TV service, or download or watch BBC programs on demand, including catch-up TV on BBC iPlayer, then you need a TV license in order to do so." One of the things that I hope all lawyers disagree with is when someone pleads guilty to something that they didn't do. So if you're in this position and you firmly believe that you didn't do what you're being accused of doing, or at the very least you haven't yet taken legal advice to determine whether or not you've really been guilty of an offence, then please take that advice. Don't plead guilty until you've had proper advice. Because when you do that, and if you do that, if you plead guilty to something you didn't do and then you get fined for something you didn't do, then the system is broken and the system has failed you. So please go and seek formal legal advice if you're in this situation. Don't just believe comments that you read online. Don't even take my videos as the final word for your situation, because you can't, because these cannot be formal legal advice. These are just guidance based on the law as it stands and situations as I see them, but every case will turn on its own facts. So please make sure you get formal legal advice, particularly if you're planning to plead guilty to something. And as always, please share this video with someone that you think is going to fall prey to this, and as always, thank you for watching.